From the murder of Laci Peterson to the recent deaths of a Texas mother-to-be and her 7-year-old son, cases of pregnant women as murder targets becoming all too common in the news. Many of the victims knew their killers, even knew their killers. Is this a growing trend, or are we only just hearing about it now? Joining me now, criminal profiler Pat Brown. Pat, that's today's big question. Why are we seeing so many cases of pregnant women being murdered?
Well, John, I think this is perhaps a new solution to an age-old problem. What do you do with an unwanted pregnancy? If you go back to earlier, maybe 1930s, 40s, the girl was sent away to Auntie's house, you know, that place for unwed mothers, and then she came back without a baby. And then if you fast forward perhaps to the 1950s, 60s, 70s, family was really in, and so when a man got a woman pregnant, he married her. Now, a baby just gets in the way of one's lifestyle. The woman may decide she wants to keep that baby. The man has no choice, and he decides, I don't want to be a family man, and his way of eliminating the problem is to eliminate the woman as well as the child.
You know, of course, we saw this in the case of Laci Peterson. We see this in this case that we're looking at right now in Texas. There's another one going on in New York City today. The news broke just today. But do you have any idea roughly how many of these cases occur every year?
I really don't have the numbers on that. I do believe it is a growing trend, though. It's one of the most dangerous things for a woman, a point in her life to be pregnant with someone who doesn't want that child. And this is really a warning to women that you must be extraordinarily careful, that before you get in the family way, you make sure you have somebody who wants one.
Well, you know, this was, I think, a reason that a lot of people paid attention to the Laci Peterson case, and maybe this case in Texas. How exactly is a pregnant woman supposed to know that she has a bullseye on her?
Well, I think she has to look a lot at the behavior of the person she's involved with. A person who is going to kill you doesn't have a sudden change of behavior. This is going to be a person you've dealt with for a while who has had concerning behaviors like pathological lying, manipulation, anger, hostility. He wants everything his way, and he's not pleased when you do it your way. These things are going to be showing up over time. So I tell women, hey, get with a guy, stay with him for 5 years, and if he's a keeper, then get pregnant. Don't just run into a relationship and do it soon, and don't ignore the signs. Okay,
but Pat, what you seem to be saying is that this actually is a growing phenomenon. We're not looking at a few aberrational cases that we've noticed because we kind of notice everything in the news nowadays, but that this is something of a trend.
I do think so. I think there are more men out there who are exhibiting psychopathic behaviors. I think society in general has become more violent and more self-centered and not so community-oriented. People who feel like they are the only ones that matter and nobody else does. It's my happiness and I'll take care of it in my own way.
And have you seen anybody who is out there, I don't know, counseling women on how to take a look at this guy that they're with to, you know, sort of figure this out?
I don't think we do enough of it. I think that new book on the market, what is that one called? He's Just Not That Into You. It's a wonderful little book that came out, and it really does hit women right in the face and say, look, if he has odd behaviors, like he doesn't call you, he's running around with other women, he's doing things that aren't pleasing, he's just not that into you. And that is a wonderful title. It's a great book. I advise women to get it, because women tend to try to justify everything men do to stay in the relationship, to want to feel wanted, and say, well, you know, I don't want to judge this guy too soon. And that gets in a lot of trouble.
Pat Brown, criminal profiler. Pat, thanks very much. Appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more news right here in The Big Story. Stay with us.